So this week we saw the early access launch of a brand new PvP Survival MMO called Last Oasis. Seeing lots of comparisons with this game to titles like Ark, Atlas, and even Rust. The developers themselves are calling this a nomadic survival MMO, but basically it's a game where you start off with a character that has nothing, you then gather resources, craft weapons and gear, try to survive the elements, build these walkers in order to travel this fairly large landscape, level up a character, specialize, and then you fight other people because it's an open world, full PvP, full loot, survival MMO. Now, I've spent a bit of time with it over the past couple of days, and I kind of want to first talk with you a bit about the experience that we had, the type of game that it is, and then wrap up with some sort of general thoughts and impressions, I guess. So let's talk about Last Oasis. Again, you start off with a pretty basic setup. You've got nothing on you. You're surrounded by a bunch of resources, and then you just kind of go around picking up rocks, wood, plants, and beating things with a stick. Wow, these people have some really impressive running postures here. This looks great.
I mean, it looks quite pretty, and it seems to be running.
It is running.
Alright, Force, where you at, dude? Let's fight.
I think we each get our own tutorial zone to start, because I see nobody else here, except for some monkeys running around. Get striked, Rupu. Ooh, we get stats too. It's a proper RPG, boys.
See, now I'm scared, because this is like permanent.
Run speed will probably be good, right? Outrun people. This piece of shit is blocking all my attacks. There we go. So once we went through a lot of the basic stuff, like how to make some rudimentary weapons and build a fire and stuff like that, we then moved on to begin the construction of our first walker. Pleasantly surprised because this was happening within like the first 20 or 30 minutes. Very early on, you get access to your first vehicle. How many parts does this damn walker have? Come on, game.
Too many, mate.
I gotta build the legs now. There
Yeah,
we
dude.
go. It's like a little bicycle.
I know, dude. It's fucking fun.
And it picks up speed as you hold it down. That's kind of
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
You know what? This ain't so bad so far.
Yeah, this is
You
great,
know what?
dude.
It's better than I thought it was going to be.
I thought the walkers were going to be a really stupid gimmick, but I'm kind of digging even with this little shitty one.
I just want one of them big ones with one of us driving it and everyone else
Right.
on ballistas and shit.
After we went through the tutorial, we met up and kind of began exploring the environment and just trying to understand a bit more about the game and getting into some hijinks that you tend to get into with these types of games, really. Gotta find the Rupu camp.
That's where I'm headed. I just slaughtered your village, fam.
Yikes. Those big guys with the masks are
Nice
can be
try.
tough. Oh, you can swing when you're grappled, like back and forth.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can like get momentum and shit. Holy crap, that's cool.
What? There's another guy here.
Oh shit,
Me.
I see a guy over here.
Force, hey, that's you.
Hello. Is it base wing? Oh, I see. Cool. Oh yeah, I got the wings, baby. Wow, you're right. These wings make a pretty big difference with the speed there. This game's gonna be actually pretty, as long as the hit detection and shit is good, with the directional combat, PvP should be pretty dope.
Yeah, dude.
Can't find you. Oh, I see your purple wings. I'm coming in hot.
There you are, dude. Let's go.
Got some shits chasing me here if you want to fight them.
In with the right.
So we will compete for loot, clearly. Oh, dude, heal up, bro. You're gonna get one shot by one of those big boys.
Listen, bro, I'm nuts.
Oh,
I can't hit you, right? Let me try.
Ouch! Shit, kid. Okay. Lesson learned.
Don't hit me. Go on, boys. We've got it surrounded.
Poor chap.
Fucking what, mate?
And after about an hour of kind of just goofing off, gathering some more resources, we then decided to group up and move as a pack onto our next server. It's a more difficult location. It's moving basically beyond Tutorial Island.
I think I need fiber.
Oh, look at the world map. Holy shit. Oh, it just brings you to different servers.
yeah, that everything
yes,
is kind of
mate.
one world.
Ouch!
You're missing a wing, man. You're missing.
I'm not seeing any vehicle damage though, even though like
No,
shards
no,
of wood keep flying.
Fuck off.
I'm dying of water. What the?
All right, let's go somewhere. See what's up. Can you chop these things down, or?
Yeah. You grapple to the top of the giant cactus, and then you smack the big fruits at the top. I think.
Did you get it?
Oh God. Res
What?
me.
Knocked out? No, that's not dead.
No. Who picked me up? Fuck, it's
It's
boss.
me.
Why am I attached to your crotch?
Where do you want me to take you, boy? And this is kind of where we started to figure out how the game is structured. Basically, they have these pretty large land masses. I believe they say somewhere it's like 100 kilometers squared or something like that. But there's these pretty big areas that you can go around and get resources and fight enemies and build stuff. And then you can move from one to the next. Essentially, all of the servers are interconnected side by side.
So we carry on southeast.
Yeah,
Yeah. Do it.
almost there. See what happens.
Are you guys gone to the border?
Yeah. Watch like a giant fucking sandworm or something pop up here. I think the game has stuff like that. I remember I saw stuff in the trailer. Where are you at? Oh, there you are. Okay.
All right, who's going first?
We'll see
Somebody
what
went.
happens. Press L to leave now. Spawn in desert, spawn in different oasis, spawn at sandbed? What?
Okay, no.
Spawn in desert, boys?
Let's do it.
We moved from our starter server onto a harder server, and then while we were there, that's when we started to collect a lot of new resources. We began unlocking and upgrading the skill tree. So we just started going through that whole progression, basically following this main storyline that takes you through each component of the game's progression system.
So what are we just gonna go in this like valley or whatever it is?
Just so.
You can see it's like far down.
Whoa.
How do we get down there?
Let's try to go around.
Are there no enemies in this zone?
No, there is. There is. Just keep going in.
No.
No, force.
That he was not gonna work.
I was swinging for this guy. Ooh, these guys are a little more brutal.
Yeah, right.
Yikes.
That's pretty nutty.
I'm gonna try to find an enemy camp because I need to farm shards. Oh my god, what the f is this thing? Hazriki?
Oh, that was a boss, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he gave like 10 shards.
Get me up.
Yeah, we had to kill him together. It was hard.
Yeah, I was blocking and he was like destroying.
Yeah.
I did it. Oh my god. He dropped a weapon.
Oh.
Raw bone hand axe.
Oh.
Yeah, boys. As we continue to progress through the main quest line, we then got to move on to building our first medium-sized walker. I think this probably happened at around the 3 or 4 hour mark, and I was really, again, pleasantly surprised that so early on in the experience that we were then able to build like this pretty massive-sized vehicle for each one of us individually. Oh, I just got the quest to do the next walker, the dingy walker.
Yeah, that's what we should do next.
Whoa, you're right, it's fucking huge. So this is the game then, yeah? We just keep running up against these walls as we progress, I'm sure.
What do you mean?
Just like you have to go farm 200 to this resource, 100 to this resource.
Well, generally in these games, you do that to just make stuff and then you go PvP, but I think we're just so early game right now that it's part of the quest lines.
Oh my god, I'm almost done. How the f do I get in? Do you have to?
Yeah, you have to grapple onto the wing. Grapple onto the wing.
Okay. I love these things are fucking massive. This is hilarious.
Yeah, fucking cool.
We just continue to play, gather resources, continue to level and all this stuff. And then we get our first taste of PvP. And oh boy, it's about what you expected.
Oh, dude, there's another player here on a big walker. He's coming towards me, I think.
Oh, she coming?
Yeah.
Yo, there's a guy here. There's a guy here.
Oh yeah.
Yo, he's alive, dude.
Look, he had a massive thing on him.
Oh.
There's a guy coming. There he is again. We get him, boys.
Where is he?
He's over near me. Over in these bushes somewhere. Oh, he got past me. He's gonna get on his walker. Someone get on it. You can't run him over.
I'm
Okay.
on it, but I'm fucking
Tried
stuck.
to run him down. That was good.
He's on it, boys. Get him.
Oh,
He's trying to
boss.
get his equipment. We gotta cut him off. Wow, that's pretty brutal. We could loot all the shit.
We can't break into his thing though, can we?
No, but anything that's on him. It was like you stole his weapon, we took all of his gear, I took his crafting pouch and shit. It seems to be pretty par for the course with these open world, full PvP, full loot games, that it really just becomes about the numbers, and it doesn't really seem to be that much different here. I will say that the game's combat system does lend itself to some skill-based play because it's got directional combat. So if you've ever played any of like the medieval combat games like Chivalry, for example, or Mount and Blade, it's a similar style of combat where when you hit an attack, you choose the direction. If you want to swing from the left, the right, or above, I think there might be under attacks as well. And then similarly, you have to block in different directions. So there's clearly some sort of skill to that, but I don't know how much it matters and how good you are at blocking. If you're surrounded by 4 people, you're gonna get hit from the sides and the back at some point eventually.
Follow them.
Oh, they're going your direction. Oh no.
Are they about to come up over the hill, Cope?
Yeah, yep, they're right there.
Yeah, you can mess people up by ramming them.
Oh, yours is way bigger, dude.
He's off.
Oh yeah.
Bash his head
One
in.
guy's
Bash
off,
his-
one guy's off.
Let's go. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
He's down. Dude, I didn't know you could steal people's shards.
Yeah, that's pretty rip. It's terrible, dude. This is pretty awful. I don't know what he can do now if he doesn't have the resources, right? Oh my god. This game is awful. So it seems like it's definitely going to be one of those situations where if you're outnumbered, you're probably in a tough spot unless you can quite literally run away. So far, from what I've played, it seems pretty cool. Open world, full loot, PvP survival game. This is another one of those. I can already see how it's going to be a massive time sink if I continue to play this game. There's just going to be that loop of you're constantly trying to get more resources to build up your stuff. But if you die, they can just loot all of it. So the one thing you won't lose is your progression. As you level up your character, you get those stats, and then you also unlock the like higher tier harvesting, armor, and weapons that you can craft. If you lose all your resources, well, it'll take some time to regather it up. So it certainly seems that it's going to be a game better played with a group, but I can see that they're trying to make some amenities to try to allow for solo play. Honestly, typically I play a lot of games solo, and it's only because I happen to have some friends that I knew were jumping in that I even have a small group. But even our group isn't that big. There's only a handful of us playing together, so we could easily get overrun by a group of 10 or 15 players, and we could be in a similar difficult situation. And clearly, there's going to be a lot of PvP. I'm already seeing complaints of like people just basically killing on sight. It's like nonstop griefing. I haven't exactly had that experience. Just earlier today, I was playing and roaming around by myself. I came across people and we didn't fight each other. Everyone was just focused on gathering the resources they wanted and progressing their character. So I haven't had the experience that it's completely kill on sight, but I can see that that will likely happen with big groups roaming around, just taking out anyone they see. We did it with our relatively small group whenever we had the opportunity. So I think it's just kind of par for the course with these types of games. And then of course, this is an early access game, so take it for what it is. I mean, things aren't exactly the best looking when it comes to like animations. Combat is fine, I guess, about as much as I expected with a game like this. It's not blowing my mind. I'm just swinging a weapon in one of a few directions and then blocking that same way. There aren't really like a ton of systems with the combat. It's swinging and blocking, swinging and blocking. The engagement with and against other players is clearly what a game like this revolves around, because it doesn't have the best combat that I've ever played. It's not like the best looking game or the greatest animations. Take it for what it is. You probably know what to expect. I think they're doing some pretty interesting things though, and I've liked what I've played so far. So I guess that's basically it. My synopsis of Last Oasis, how the game looks so far, what I got to see with my playtime. Because my friends are playing, I might continue to go with this. I am fearful of the amount of time that a game like this appears to want to suck from you, basically. But if I'm having a good time while I'm doing it, sounds good. I'll give it a shot. I might play it some more, and maybe I'll make another video. We'll see. But anyways, that's it for me today. That is Last Oasis, the new PvP Survival MMO. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.
Dude, these things are cool as aren't
Of
they?
course, look at me.
What are you doing? Jeez. He's swinging around.
Oh shit!
Killed enough rupees, I just need to get...
No!
Oh. Well, I mean, your experience didn't crash, right?
At
No,
least you have
no,
the
dude.
memory.
Yeah,
Like-
That's right. We have the memories. Oh, I'm back in. Yeah.
Yeah.
What? I got
What?
kicked.
Oh,
Server shut
Oh
down.
no!
Yeah.
What a time to get kicked, dude.